Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. I'm so excited to see you guys today to talk to you on this special day of love. I know a lot of you are celebrating Valentine's Day, or you have already celebrated and it's the next day, but this is a special day not just today, but this whole month. And today we're going to talk about love. It's the essence of self care and self love. And guess what? Breaking up with sugar is the essence of self love and self care. Have you ever thought about what self care means or what self love means? Especially when it comes to your relationship with what you're eating and um, what you are drinking, just overall, what are you doing? What are you consuming in your body? First of all, I want to know if you guys can see me or hear me. If you can see me, um, please put a one in the chat because I can't tell exactly if you guys can hear me, see me. Um, but anyway, I'll go on. I'll just, look out for any comments that are here. So I am thrilled about this journey that we're about to embark on, and that is something that resonates deeply with me and in the area of self-care and self-love. And that is breaking up with sugar. Even though today is Valentine's Day, and a lot of you may have gotten sweets for this day, sweets from your sweetheart, or even maybe a sweet for yourself because you are also your own sweetheart. So, if that is the case, that's okay because we're going to talk about the importance of having sugar reduction in your diet. So, as long as you don't eat too much, it's all right. But our goal is to eliminate as much of it from our diet as possible. And so, with that, we're going to, continue with our talk today. And so, as the saying goes, some people believe that self care and self love is selfish, but we're saying that no, self care and self love is not selfish. So, we're going to talk today about reducing sugar intake and how powerful that is an example of self love and self care. So, once again, I have that question for you. Have you ever thought about your relationship with sugar? If you have, put a two in comment. If you have not, put a four. And we're going to talk about that. Sugar is that sweet temptation, and it can have some bitter consequences to our health. It's deceiving because it makes you feel good. So, why do you think that breaking up or breaking free of having sugar consumption is so challenging? Have you ever thought about that? Oh, wow. The sugar is like so hard to stop, especially if it's a habit. If you just have sugar every so often, it's not a problem. But some people just got to have some sugar every day, for whatever, especially if they're stressed. But for one thing, sugar can trigger a surge of dopamine, and that's a neurotransmitter that's involved with pleasure and motivation. And so that's one reason why it's challenging. For some people, actually, sugar addiction can be as strong of an addiction as towards opiates and cocaine. And you can have symptoms of withdrawal that are so similar to cutting that habit away. And also you can experience symptoms of depression, and behavioral problems when you're trying to break that sugar addiction. Sugar in itself can affect your memory or your mood, your learning, your sleeping, your concentration, your movement. The list kind of goes on and on and on, especially if you're in that cycle. Have you ever felt caught in that cycle? If you have, then put a 5 in comments. Yes, I have been caught in that cycle. And I can tell you, hey, welcome. I can see that there's some people that are here. I can't see you, but I appreciate you taking your time to spend with me today so we can share our thoughts together about self-care, self-love, and breaking up with sugar. And it's so important. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about why self-care is prioritizing your well-being and consciously nurturing your physical and mental health. Have you thought about that, how important that is? That you have to nurture your health physically and mentally. And reducing sugar intake can significantly make a difference in your health. And the question is, why is it so vital? Why is it so important to reduce that sugar, especially when you're having a lot of it in your diet? You know, overeating sugar can really make a difference in your health. It can contribute, one, to weight gain, two, it can cause type 2 diabetes, and um, it is contributed to heart disease. And this month right now is all about the heart. So you want to do everything that you can to protect your heart. And foods that are high in sugar, they lack nutrients, and they can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash. It's a really, 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 really wild roller coaster. But you know what? You can overcome that. And one way to do it is to prioritize how much sugar you're having in your diet. You got to prioritize your health. And one, imagine managing your weight and reducing that risk of having chronic diseases and boosting your energy levels. Have you thought about that? Do you have any questions for me right now? If you do, please put them in the comments or in the chat. I just love to hear your thoughts about this. So let's go on. And it's not just a crazy cycle of breaking up with sugar, but it's well worth it. So we got to remember also how we are emotionally and mentally attached to it. And we have to remember one thing that we can do is, when we have this craving, choose something else that you can eat in its place, something that's healthy. Actually, if you need something sweet, choose something else that has a sweet taste, but it doesn't have to be sugar, especially white sugar. So try, having something with cinnamon. Cinnamon helps, nutmeg helps. A piece of half of an apple or half of a banana, or drink some water. Water makes a big difference. Drink a glass of water and see how that makes you feel. You may not have that sugar craving anymore. So, that's the one thing, because we are so emotionally attached to what we eat and what we drink. And like I said before, um, that sugar resembles dopamine and it makes you feel good. So that's why, you get in that cycle. And the problem with that is when you are having too much sugar in your diet. And that's linked to not only like chronic illnesses, but also mental health issues like mood swings and anxiety and depression. And, right now, with so much going on in our lives, a lot of us are just so busy with our family, with our jobs, with our businesses, with it's just a list, and you can feel overstressed, and so it's important to get a handle on all of that. So, do anybody have any questions or comments about that? When you're feeling emotionally like overwhelmed, what is your go-to? What do you do? Do you grab something to like a candy bar or something sweet? What do you do to help with that? So I just want to welcome you all with this talk because it really is important, because our emotions a lot of times will be the thing that pushes us to either eat well or eat unhealthy. So one thing we need to remember is how important it is to take care of our bodies, and that is a form of self-love. So you know that self-love is a powerful concept, and if you hadn't thought about it, um, in relationship to yourself, this is a time to do that, because love really is an intense feeling. It's an intense feeling of deep affection, and it's really not about just expressing it to others like what's going on today, but it's also about directing love towards yourself. And so, by the way, I I made a post today on LinkedIn about love, and I want to know if you guys have had a chance to read my post or look at my post. If you haven't, look for it. Go to my page and go to my link and look for the post on love. It's an article that I'd written um, for a magazine that I'm a contributor to. So let's go on. So loving yourself means making those choices. You're making those choices to contribute to long-term health and happiness. So when you think about breaking up with sugar, it's not deprivation. It's a journey of self-love. I know I keep pushing this thing about self love, but it is so important because a lot of times we get so wrapped up in our life and taking care of others, we forget about ourselves, and we forget about our health. And so self love is also, making sure that you're getting enough sleep, making sure that you are eating well, that you're managing your stress well, and it's your overall health. And exercising, you really need to be sure to do some strength training to help. And of course, a little aerobics is good, but strength training really does help you, because you're getting those muscles strong, and that way you're getting um, it's just making you stronger all over, and so your body can pump all of the blood and everything that you need to keep yourself going. And so anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there too, how it's important not just trying to break up with the sugar, but to take care of your body too. Um, so it's also about choosing the foods that you are eating. So you want to choose foods that are going to be your fuel, your energy, and it will contribute to your overall vitality. It's an investment of today for tomorrow, for your future self. And so I want to introduce you to a class. I have an upcoming class that's about breaking up with sugar. It's a master class. So in this class, we're gonna help guide you to your understanding of your relationship with sugar and making informed choices, adopting sustainable and enjoyable sugar conscious lifestyle. And we'll have some examples of some meals that you can make, some breakfasts, lunches, snacks, dinners. Um, It'll be overall, a great experience, a change if you are in that cycle, that roller coaster is really important. And if you'd love to join, just be sure to put masterclass in the comments. And so right now, I want to know if you guys have any questions or concerns about self-care, self-love, sugar addiction. So if you don't, at this point, if you come up with some later, be sure to DM me, message me, and or leave a comment. Let me know what your question is. I'll be so glad to answer any questions that you might have to the best of my ability, because this is all about making these choices. And what better choice is it than to choose your health over something else? So, it is worth it. You have to look at the risk versus the benefits. So, in conclusion, breaking up with sugar is a profound act of self-care and self-love. And it's about making those choices that you're honoring yourself and your well-being, and you are paving a way to a more healthier and more fulfilling life. And just want to give you a date for the master class that's coming up. It's on a Monday. It's a Monday evening on March 4th. So put that on your calendar for now. Leave a spot for it. So it's Monday, March 4th will be the master class. And when you choose to make a change, then we are there to be with you, support you every step of the way, to reach your goal. And so I just want to thank everyone for joining me today, because this is the beginning of your journey of self-love and sugar liberation. And I'm so excited to walk along with you as you do this, as your accountability partner, too. So, once again, I'm Phyllis M. Weaver. I'm a pharmacist and chronic illness strategist and owner, founder of Discover Ultimate Health, LLC. And I look forward to hearing from you some more, your comments, your questions, and your concerns. Thanks again for joining me on this special evening. Have a wonderful, fabulous night. Take care.